You're seeing him. I'm not going to name him now. His fans range from 6 to 8 years. He has glorified the culinary profession. In old days, I remember in old days, we used to call people working in the kitchen as cooks. But this person has brought them a lot of respect, and they've started being called chefs. Amongst the accolades, there are many. I've got about 5 pages, but I'm not going to read all of them because the great personality has to speak for himself. National Award of Best Chef in India. First chef in the world to launch his own food channel, Food Food. We've all heard of Khana Khazana, Master Chef Season 3 and 4, संजीव कपूर के किचन के खिलाड़ी, 918 kilos of khichdi made live got him a place in the Guinness Book of World Records. 200 book titles in 7 languages. We all know chili restaurants all over the world, perhaps 500 and more, and still going. Khana Khazana food labels, 123 ready-to-eat mixes, pickles, chutneys. His own brand, Wonder Chef, is going great guns. And you go to any supermarket or mall, Wonder Chef is there. Absolutely colorful, absolutely beautiful. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Chitkara University, let me welcome Padma Shri Awardee, Chef Sanjeev Kapoor. Over to you, Chef. I would just like, I don't want to waste time, but one of the main reasons here is to ask you a question. And the first question is from me, and that is, how has Mr. Corona affected your work? And then we'll go on. There will be questions asked by the students, etc. The whole objective is also to talk about immune boosting foods. We all need to know a lot from you and what should be eaten and what shouldn't be eaten. So first is Mr. Corona and Chef Sanjeev Kapoor. Thank you. Over to you.
Thank you, Ravi. Thank you very much. Thank you for very kind introduction, and thank you for having me for this session. To all the people who are watching this, a big hello, and all the students, faculty, family, whoever is watching, anyone who's related with Chitkara University, a big hello from my side. Ravi, you asked me a question on how has Mr. Corona affected me. I would say that I don't think anyone had the power to ground me like this in terms of being not just at home, but being in Mumbai, in India for a very long time. I do not remember in my memory that I have not traveled and stayed at one place. My memory fails me. I have no clue. But that does not mean that bothers me. That does not bother me one bit. I'm working. I'm working harder than ever. I'm working on different things that we have. There are many businesses that are there that are affected. They're affected badly. But that does not mean that work has stopped. And with that, there is expectation at home. So I'm fulfilling all those needs. And sessions like these, I am conducting quite a few sessions for varied people, not just students, for many people ranging from management institutes to pharma company, to food companies, to restaurants, to television interviews, to everything. So I've been busy as ever. I've been doing multiple things. Has Mr. Corona affected and impacted me? Not me. Maybe our businesses. But then, as I believe that in any adversity, there is always an opportunity. And I'm seeing that there are quite a few new things that are opening up. There are many new opportunities that are coming up, and some of them we have already started working on. There are new opportunities that we are evaluating. There are new things that we are evaluating. So uh, it's keeping me busy. And I think there is one big learning from all of this that has happened, that there is a renewed hope that I found in word hope itself. That we always talked about that. Okay, let's be hopeful. I would say that in these last few weeks, I would say where in city like Mumbai, where I am, we are in complete lockdown. The building that we are in, the terrace is not open. We cannot go down. You cannot go out. There's nothing. It is just the walls that you have to talk to, and the family that you have, and then friends, and then work keeps you busy. But I think what is important is that real meaning of hope is understood, and every day you wake up more hopeful, and you start seeing that today's day is better than what it was yesterday, and you get closer to more positivity, more positive news. So that's the best thing that I would say. Now, coming to the students, especially who are studying, no matter what, it could be hotel management, it could be culinary, it could be other disciplines that they could be studying. And when people see something that has not been experienced earlier, then there are only two kind of emotions that can set in. First is that, oh my God, what would happen next? And with that comes uncertainty, and with that comes fear. Or it can be for people like us who are in creative field, who are always looking at, oh wow, I don't know what will happen, but I'm excited to know. And I think that is what I wake up every day with. That I don't know how it will turn out, so I'm excited to know, because any result that is uh, that is already been any problem that has been solved, that means you are only rehearsing. You are not in part of the creative process. I think this change is bringing best in creativity. So, what do leaders do? Leaders are creative. So let me tell you a little bit about my background as to how I turned out to be the way I am, the way I chose my profession. I was I was a normal kid, normal student who could study, who was good in many things. Was not only good in studies, was good in extracurricular activities, in many different things. And during that time, if you're good in studies, you would look at uh, studying maybe either medical, be a doctor, or be an engineer. Those were the two options. Or if you wanted to do accounts, you could become a chartered accountant. Now, I was engineering drawing. So in school, if you had biology, or you could have engineering drawing. So since I chose engineering drawing, so I was to be an engineer. And since I was a good student, what was expected of me was that I would join IIT at that time. They said, okay, you would do IIT, you would appear for IIT, and that is something that bothered me, because here I was being asked to follow something, because people were dictating my thought that this is what I should do, this is what I will do. And I didn't like that thought, because that, in some sense, in my mind, made me a follower. That oh, this is what people expect me to do. This is the path that is already there, and they want me to follow that path. That path is there. To me, that was an easy option. That was something that I could have done easily. I could have done because I was good. I could have done. I was meant for that. But then somewhere I said, no, I don't want to be a follower. I want to be a leader. And now, how do you become a leader? You actually become a leader by leading. There's no other way. There is. So how do you do that? So it's actually a very simple rule. Uh, the followers have a road which is already paved, and they go on to that road. Leaders actually make the road so that followers can follow. And I thought to myself that no, I will do something which, one, nobody expects me to do. Two, something nobody in our family should have done. Three, nobody in our neighborhood, friends, relatives, nobody should have done. I would do something like that. And so started my quest. I started to look at many different options, and to cut the long story short, one of the options came out was hotel management. Now, why hotel management? Probably it was because we could see many new hotels coming up at that time. Year was 1980, 81, and there were many new hotels. 1982 was Asian Games in Delhi. And in those Asian Games, there were about 9 large five-star hotels being built, and we could see them being built. And so there was an opportunity that was there. And so I thought that hotel management is something that I will look at. And as soon as I announced this, there was kind of, especially from my friends, my school colleagues, school friends, and they said, "Are you mad? Are you crazy? Hotel management? This is not for you. This is meant for people who cannot get anywhere. Will get into this."
Absolutely correct. Correct.
So I said, no. If that is the state of this industry, then we need to look at it and create opportunity out of it. And so against everyone's will and against everyone's wish, I chose to join this course in Delhi, in Pusa, Institute of Hotel Management. And those times there was no entrance exam. We only used to have interviews, and based on the marks that we could get. So my interview, I'm being interviewed, and they look at my marks, and they said, "Why are you wasting our time?" I said, "Why?" He said, "You would not join this. People with these kind of marks don't join here." And I said, "No, this is what I want to do. This is my choice. This is what I have always dreamt of." I was lying. I said, "This is what I want to do." And they said, "No, you will get into something and you are wasting someone else's seat. Why do you want to do this?" And I said, "No, this is what I want to do." But they said, "You didn't think of anything else?" I said, "No, people wanted to get me to do engineering from IIT, but I didn't even appear. I have not applied anywhere," which was the fact. And so they were just having fun with me. They were pulling my leg, and they looked at my marks, and I had not scored 100 in maths, which was not like me, kind of a thing. So it showed. So it was 99. They said, they made a joke and said, "Oh, you only got 99. Why not 100?" I said, "Yeah, I have that regret. It's 99." So they asked me a question on maths, and it was, they said, "We have asked this question to many students, and nobody has been able to do this right. We will select you and believe that you really want to do if you answer this right." I said, "Okay, fine." And they asked me, "Please write down 11,111." And as soon as I heard that, and they said nobody had done it right, I thought that it was a trick question. I took my time, I wrote it down, and the answer was correct. And they said, "Wow, you're the only one who has written his the answer correctly, so you're selected." Oh, fine, I'm selected. I joined hotel management, 3 years. No chance of being a chef. Didn't even think, because hotel management was you could do anything. Food production was just one subject. Bakery was one just subject. It was not something that you were being trained to become chefs. That was not a specialization at that time. But once I finished 3 years, I realized that not everyone, actually, most people were trying to be either in food production service or in front office, but hardly anyone was going towards being a chef, and especially the top ones, the top in the institutes were not trying to become chefs. And again, I saw an opportunity. I said, okay, this is what I would want to do. And that's exactly
Chef,
what
if I may come in, were you in the 3 years of college inclined towards it? Did you score good marks in food production? You did?
so I so, but that means nothing. I scored well in all subjects.
Oh, wow. That's
Uh,
brilliant.
uh, yeah, I scored very well in food production. But yes, I did really well in food production, practicals and theory, both very well. So, and that was the reason. Actually, the job interview that first I went, I did not choose for chef career, and I was pointed out by one of the interview person. He says, "Oh, you have topped in food production. Why shouldn't you not look at being a chef?" And that set my mind thinking. I said, "Yeah, actually, that could be an opportunity," and that's how I did. Now, why I'm sharing this? Why I'm sharing this is that in some way during that time, for perfect world, being in hotel management, being a chef, it was an adverse decision. It was not the best decision. It was not so. It is either the outside conditions become bad. Currently, outside conditions are bad, or you turn outside conditions and make them bad for you, make them adverse for you, right? So in
Correct.
some sense, I was doing that, and most people saw it like that. That these are adverse conditions that I am turning for myself. Whereas I was looking at it differently. I was looking at the opportunity which others were not able to see. So, looking at today's scenario, looking at what the world is going through, I think there is an adversity that everyone is seeing. Whereas leaders, believers see opportunity. And that's
Absolutely.
what I'm seeing. That's exactly what I can see. I can see it very clearly. And that clarity comes from belief. That clarity comes from confidence. That clarity comes from hard work. That clarity comes from this kind of passion that if nobody else can see. So anyone who makes the road always has to pave the path, find where it will go, put it all together so that others can follow it. The path is not easy, path is tough, but that opportunity is for people who want to take that opportunity. Before you take that opportunity, you have to start believing that I am the one who will take this opportunity. I am the one who can do this. And once you start believing in yourself, that belief is something then you have to start sharing with the people around you, and you start sharing that I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, and there would be people who would come to you, you're mad. It does not happen like that. It is not that easy. So I'll share with you 2004 was the first time when I started thinking about a 24-hour channel on food. And I started talking about that India should have a TV channel on food. India should have a TV channel on food. This was year 2004. And it was something everyone would look at me, smile, and they would not even really listen. I would talk to TV channels. I would talk to TV channels of the world. that you should do it. I never thought that I should do it. I didn't even think that I should do it. But it was that someone should do it. Someone should do it. And then I realized that somebody in US had done that, Food Network. So I wrote to them. They never replied. Then I came to know that BBC does that in England. I wrote to them. They invited me. I went there. They did not meet me. And that bothered me, that I've come all the way to talk to them about a proposal. I've spent so much money. At that time, I didn't have enough money, and they didn't even meet it. The MD of that, he didn't even meet me. That made my blood boil, and I came back and said, now I will do it. And anyone that I spoke, I had no clue about the TV channel. I had no clue about transponders, satellite, permissions. I was a chef. But I said, I will do it. And I started talking, and by this time, it had taken almost close to another year. So I started talking more aggressively that I want to do it. I want to do it. Now, in next 3 years, I would have talked about it so much. A very close friend of mine, he said, कि यार तुम इतना बोलते रहते हो कि टीवी चैनल करोगे, तो बोर हो गया मैं सुन के, कब करोगे? So then I explained it to him. I said, there's a reason why I say it. Because this is something when I share, when people defy me, I want to do it more. When people tell me that I cannot do it, I want to do it more. This is a way of me to prepare myself for all the hardship, all the adversity that is there. And I want to prove everyone wrong that you think that I cannot do it. I will show how can I do it. And then 2008, 2000, now there was a big downturn. Economy took a big downturn. So of course we also had to wait. But in end 2010, we started food 10 years ago. It's still going strong. So what you have to do,
yes,
conditions, you take a resolve. You start sharing that resolve with people around you. And you say that, oh, this is what I'm going to do. And there is no way on earth that anyone can stop me. There is no force on earth that can not make me succeed. Now, that's when resolutions work. But then, with that resolution comes preparation. With that resolution comes humility. With that resolution, there comes a state of mind where you have to be prepared and be ready for failure. Now, people see failure as failure. I see failure as training. I see failure as a tool where I see, okay, so I'll give you an example. I say that top cricketer in the world, Sachin Tendulkar. But you know that most innings that he played, he got out. Most innings he played, there were few that he was not out, which means he was failing every time I got out. He was failing, right?
right.
There are top singers in the world. What do? They train every day. It's called Riyaz. Riyaz karte hain. Because
absolutely practice.
Most people, normal people, they think that, oh, we have done once and now if we fail, how would we do it again? We will no. You keep on doing it, you will keep on failing, and that's Riyaz. And you keep on doing practice, you keep on doing training till you become successful. And that Riyaz does not stop. It still goes on. You will still get out, you will still fail. And that's how life is. So things like coronavirus is something which it's an aberration. It's temporary. Out of most, let's say most people are in their 20s now or younger, right? How many months are we talking? In a worst case scenario, also people say, oh my God, the vaccine will take maybe 15 to 18 months to 2 years. That's it, right? So of the life that is past, of the life that is left, what is this period? This is nothing. Use this for practice. Use this for training. Use this for Riyaz. Use this for identifying all the opportunities that are opening up. Now, I can tell you that for people in this trade, people are saying, oh, this industry is affected a lot. Restaurant industry is affected a lot. I say, are you kidding me? This industry as compared to, so I have cookware business. I have appliance business, Wonder Chef. That has affected more than restaurants. Restaurants are still doing some deliveries. That means even if it is 10%, they are still doing that. But shops, no, non-essential, not open. Some parts maybe, but no business is happening. What are we spending most time on in at home? Cooking. What are we consuming? Food. What is the business when you're talking in hotel management and cooking? It's food. We are in business of food. So if you look at the scenario, what is outside, what is depressing most people, I think we are in a better position because we are in a space which is needed even when it is at peak. Even when it is at peak, it's given half a chance. People are ordering, people are doing that, or there are people who are cooking at home. There are people who are. So I gave this talk weeks ago, and I said that students who are there, they can start maybe their internship at home. You don't have to worry about internship uh,
Correct. Absolutely correct.
at a hotel or a restaurant. No, no, your mom is there, your grandmother is there, your phone is there. Start internship now. Things and which actually are needed. The all the talent that they have, which you have. So when I joined and I became a chef for many years, I couldn't make a roti, a chapati, ghar ki wali chapati, because we were never trained in that. We could make tandoori roti, naan, jalebi, rumali roti, all of that, but ghar ki roti we were not trained, right? So that's one kind of training. But today, as we have these kind of situations, the power of home style food is becoming more important. So by the time institutes take note of it, if you can do your internship at home and maybe start a small business also, how can you do that? It's summer season. Talk to your mom, talk to your grandmother, make few calls, and come up with maybe 2 3 pickle recipes. Fruits and vegetables, everything is available. Make all the messages that you forward during the day. Identify maybe 50 people who are nearby, and say that, okay, I'm using this time to make a pickle from my grandmother's recipe, and I'm going to take orders for it, and you can place this order, and we will deliver it to you as soon as we can. And it is homemade. It is made by this recipe. This is the best pickle that is there, and you don't have to worry. We will make it for you. Maybe you can get orders for 10 15 kilos of pickle, and before you know, your internship you learned also, and you got more than the stipend that you would have got. And also you got into the spirit of entrepreneurship, you got into something meaningful. Now there are many examples, there are many things that can be done. Most of the time we waste our time by seeing what cannot be done, how it cannot be done. I i don't think that there has been a day when I think that how this cannot be done in anything. I am always curious to know how it can be done, and I say that oh uh, I don't know how it cannot be done does not mean it cannot be done. So either I will find the answer that how it could be done, or somebody else will help me to find that answer. But I will find that answer. So even today, and I say this as a challenge, no matter where I'm speaking, and I'm saying this today also. Ask me anything on any subject. Ask me anything on any subject. Need not be food. Ask me anything on any subject,
Wow.
and
Great.
but what does it mean? That do I know all the answers? No, I don't know. That's the reality. But I have made a promise to myself. You may ask, and I may say, I'm sorry, I don't know the answer. But I don't leave there. I have a promise to myself. The answers that I don't know, I would find in next 24 hours, no matter what the subject is. So
Chef,
that's
I just want to ask you, Chef, there are many, many questions from your fans and all the people who are watching this broadcast. And I've got, I mean, there are probably almost about 100, That's what Saurabh also tells me. Everybody wants to know that ye dinon mein kya khana chahiye aur kya nahi khana chahiye. And you know, there are a lot of myths floating around. Don't have cold food. Don't have aerated drinks. It's going to spoil you. Corona aa jayega. And somebody says when you go to bed, eat a lot of turmeric and this drink, lemon, blah blah blah. So what are some tips you'd like to give to
Sure.
your watchers and your fans here on these days? क्या करना चाहिए और क्या नहीं करना चाहिए vis-a-vis food?
Bilkul. So, very good question, Ravi. Very valid question. I think everyone wants to know how can we boost our immunity. सब लोग यही बोल रहे हैं immunity ठीक होनी चाहिए, right? So, how do you boost your immunity? So, definitely, food plays an important role in immunity boosting. Before we come to food that can boost your immunity, I think because there are a large part of people who are young students and very young people. I would say that there are a couple of things that they should keep in mind. One is regularity is very important. Regularity means sleeping on time, getting on time, at regular time, eating your meals on regular time. Very important. Great immunity booster. Good night sleep. Good night sleep. Great immunity booster. Probably better than what food can do. Okay. So good night sleep. No stress. Great immunity booster. So we are what we eat. People say we will talk about gut feeling. It's our gut. Gut is impacted by our thoughts more than that's impacted by our food. So again, positivity, no fear, no stress, high amount of serotonin, dopamine, low cortisol, great immunity booster. Okay, so once you've got that part, coming to foods, naturally हेल्दी डाइट ना हेल्दी डाइट बताने के लिए संजीव कपूर नहीं चाहिए सबको पता है हेल्दी डाइट क्या है किसी को ये नहीं बताने की ज़रूरत कि बिटवीन फ्रूट्स एंड वेजिटेबल्स एंड सॉफ्ट ड्रिंक विच इज़ हेल्दियर बिटवीन फ्रूट्स एंड वेजिटेबल एंड पिज्ज़ा or samosa which is healthier. No, but you don't need Sanjeev. Everybody knows that what is healthy, what is not. Now, a healthy, balanced diet is great immunity booster. Specific immunity for this is because it is flu-like, right? It is flu-like. So what you have to do is vitamin C. Increase your quantity of vitamin C. With vitamin C, zinc. Increase your quantity of zinc. Now we have few things. Let's say Chawanprash made with amla. Amla is one of the best sources of vitamin C. Chawanprash is made with amla. Have that at least once a day. I know younger generation they find it boring. Oh my God, it does not look good. But let me tell you that rather than you not feeling and looking good, have something that does not look good or taste good. Probably that was a better thing to do. Now, citrus fruits again good in vitamin C. All green vegetables good. When you germinate seeds, when you germinate pulses, legumes, dal, anything, the vitamin C goes up. So start sprouting things and have sprouted things. But remember, vitamin C is also heat sensitive. So if you cook sprouts, then vitamin C content would be lost. So the benefit would be lost. So have sprouted things. On haldi, known haldi has curcumin. Now, curcumin is a great uh, anti anti-inflammatory, antiseptic, antimicrobial properties it has. So naturally, good quality haldi with high curcumin. But not many people know this. Curcumin is not water soluble. It is fat soluble. So if you have to have that, instead of having that dissolving in water, have it either in your food or dissolve it in milk, because in milk fat it will get dissolved. To increase the efficacy of turmeric or the curcumin, add a little bit of black pepper. Black pepper has something called bioperine. So bioperine increases the efficacy of curcumin by 10 times. So have that. There are other things. Ginger garlic, again, very good. Again, onion is a great. In fact, in homeopathic, the cure for cold is not all types of cure, but most common cure is done by a medicine called Allium cepa, which is nothing but onion. Allium is right. These things when you have, of course, for immunity boosting. So let's talk of Ayurveda. We talk of Agni. Agni is your body's. It's not the heat. It's the energy of the body. To increase that through a few things, our spice box that we have in our kitchen, fantastic thing. So take 1 liter of water, 1 teaspoon of jeera, 1 teaspoon of dhania, a little bit of 1-inch piece of ginger grated, and a few leaves of tulsi. Boil it for about 5 to 10 minutes. Strain it, put it in a flask. Keep on having it one full day, and that's fantastic. You want to add honey? Honey again is a great thing. Don't have too much. Lemon, great. Lemon and honey again are very good. You said about not having soft drinks. In any case, no matter whether corona or not, I would not recommend that, right? Because why would you have empty calories? And about cold things. Naturally, flu, the symptoms of flu, if you have to catch, आप जिसको कहते हैं कि गला पकड़ा जाना, वो गर्म चीजों से नहीं पकड़ा जाता, ठंडी चीजों से पकड़ा जाता है. So why do you want to go towards that route? Once in a while, it's okay, but don't go towards that route. That you may not get corona, but अगर आपका गला खराब हो गया तो वैसे सबको टेंशन होगी कि अरे पता नहीं क्या हो गया, टेस्ट कराओ, ये करो, you will go through more stress. So it's better to avoid during this time, but once in a while you have to have it. In any case, it's not
Any foods to be avoided during this time? Anything which you should? And I would like you to talk about non-vegetarian. There was a question that chicken khana chahiye nahi. Okay.
vegetarian, so chicken mat khana, but no. So I would say that there are many people who are worried, should we eat this, should we not? So I would say keep healthy lifestyle is always better. And if you are used to non-vegetarian, eating non-vegetarian is not a problem. Anything, remember, hygienically prepared and sourced. So remember, whatever you're buying, make sure that it is sourced right, it's of high quality, and you are taking all precautions. Since everyone knows about hygiene and all these things, FSSAI, the Indian government's FSSAI, they have a website. So go log on to that. They have given many recommendations on this coronavirus, what to do with food, how to do, what kind of signages if you are in a school, college, office, restaurant, all of that. You can also propagate that. There may be places that are close by to you. You can take printouts of, they have made small posters, take a printout and distribute to small street vendors, distribute to other establishments that are open to make them understand about hygiene. One thing I would say that many people are worried that if they are getting something from outside, especially fruits and vegetables and all, what do they do? How do they make them free from corona? So in that, I would say that there are some home methods of fruits and vegetables that can be washed, should be washed, and you can disinfect them with something that you have at home. You can use baking soda. Baking soda is a great disinfectant, and so is vinegar. Only thing is, vinegar for 1 liter you would need about 1 cup of vinegar. So you have to use more vinegar. Whereas baking soda for 1 liter of water, 2 tablespoons is good enough. Soak your fruits and vegetables in baking soda for about 10 to 15 minutes, then scrub in that thoroughly and wash in clean water, in clean running water, and then dry them before you store them. Dry them. Don't keep them moist, and they should be fine. So both of these things uh, work as disinfectant. So in disinfection, there are the technical way to look at is that how many logs are disinfected. So there is 1 log, 2 log, 3 logs, 4 log, 5 log. So most of the commercial chemicals that you see that are there in kitchen for floor disinfection and other disinfection. So that's a sodium hypochlorite or not. So 1% solution of sodium hypochlorite and maybe hydrogen peroxide mixed would take care of all 5 logs. Some may take care of 4 logs. Both of these baking soda and vinegar take care of 3 logs, which is lower but still very good. 3 logs of disinfection is very good.
Chef, now one of the most important things, Chitkara University has 2 campuses. One is in Punjab and the other one is in Baddi in the foothills of Shimla. Uh, there are almost about 16,000 students who are perhaps on this broadcast, and they would want Chef Sanjeev Kapoor to give them tips on, how would life go on now? What should they do? Are young chefs who are going to pass out very soon, graduate in June, July, the other disciplines like you mentioned. So, वो दो तीन चीजें बता दीजिए, those tips would remember perhaps in their lifetime to be, if not Sanjeev Kapoor, but to be perhaps somewhere there, where celebrity and reach those laurels what Chef Sanjeev Kapoor has reached.
Sure. So first and foremost, anyone who's listening, don't be a Sanjeev Kapoor.
Great. Thank you. I was waiting for this answer.
Yeah. And become better than Sanjeev Kapoor, because if I was born today, I would not become Sanjeev Kapoor. I can tell you that. I would become much better, much bigger. Because I think today you have that power, you have that environment, you have everything going for you. So if I was a student who was in college today and was passing out, and I had Sanjeev Kapoor to look up to, I would guarantee that I would my target would not be to become Sanjeev Kapoor. I would become much bigger, much better than Sanjeev Kapoor. So that's one thing. Now, I would say that no matter what you are studying, no matter where you are, first and foremost, for immediate, I think next few months is, I think prudence is important. Prudence is important not because it is your health, it is your health, it's health of your family, because younger people, they tend to move out more, but you may have parents, you may have grandparents at home. So take care of yourself, take care of your parents, your grandparents, people around you. Take care, meaning that by taking care, by social distancing, by washing your hands, by wearing a mask, whatever that you are asked to do, and don't be brave when it comes to this. So I'll give you a small anecdote. I went to New Zealand for a job many years ago in a restaurant, and I had to get a tooth extracted, and the doctor that I went to, and there was a lady doctor. I was I was 24 years old, and that doctor was stunning looking. She was like model like. She was and said, wow, this kind of a doctor. Anyway, and you come for extraction. Anyway, normal, and she gives an injection, and she says, tell me if it hurts, and I will give you more. Now, when you have somebody who is very attractive and you are young, you don't want to say that it's hurting, right? You want to be macho. You want to say. So I said, no, it's fine. And then she said, no, tell me if it hurts. There's no prize for being brave here. I said, yeah, a little bit. And she gave me another injection, right? So here there's no prize for being brave. Don't be stupid, be smart. And uh, I would say that once that part is taken care, start uh, start looking at new things that are opening. Stop looking at the world the way it was. It's not the same world. It is not going to be the same world. It will not be same. So don't live in past. Live in present. Be ready for future. Live in present, ready for future, which means predict how it will be. That's what leaders do. They predict, and in that prediction will go wrong. Prediction will cause failure, but that's okay, because anytime that prediction comes right, it's like a toss of a coin. 50% chance is there it will go right, because that's a probability. So anytime that you do anything, there is a chance. That chance could be 1 in 2, like a toss of a coin. At times it could be 1 in 4, at times it could be 1 in 100, but you have to keep on taking your chances. That's why you are in this life. That is where your fight is, and that's the fun of life. Life, if it is too predictable, then there is no fun. Do you know that creative people, leaders, hate predictability? I hate predicting for when somebody calls me for an interview and they say, "Oh, we will send you a question." I said, "No, please don't. I don't want to know. I want to answer with my full heart, because I don't want to prepare for that." And when I say this is not because I'm not prepared. I prepare myself every day, no matter whether I'm asked question or not. Right? It's not
And
that
you're
I'm
so spontaneous. You're so spontaneous in what you're saying.
right.
Absolutely,
So
absolutely.
I'm not going to prepare. If I don't know the answer, I don't know the answer. But I have that resolve of 24 hours. I will know the answer. That's it. You can ask me anything. I may not know, but in 24 hours, I'll give you that answer. And that's not to you, it's to me. And that's how I keep myself. So I would say there would be million opportunities, million new opportunities. I can tell you that few things that we found, that everyone understands power of digital media, social media, all of this. But in this context, on food content, while everyone is busy on YouTube, what everyone is doing on Facebook, do you know what we have been working? And in last few months, what have we become? We have become one, not one. I think we are the largest as a chef brand in the world. I didn't say India, in the world, when it comes to content on something which the adoption in India is still small, but you would be aware of it. It's called Alexa. It's called Amazon has a device.
Absolutely, absolutely. Hmm.
Alexa, we are the largest partner with them as a chef partner in the world with Amazon. Okay, you can go onto Amazon and ask that. Okay, Alexa, give me recipe of palak paneer.
And
Okay,
she does. She does. True.
it is, she will do, and it will be our recipe. We are powering it. See, that is
Absolutely.
the point. The point is
Absolutely.
the opportunity. So it is all creative people. I was telling you. So imagine there's MF Hussain and his paintings worth millions. But do you think um, painted twice, no matter how expensive it was? Every time he painted a new painting. That's what life is all about. Life is all about creating new paintings. Life is all about creating new things. Life is all about creating new path, and
Absolutely.
be ready to work hard. Try and identify what are the new opportunities, and you will find them. The newness comes. So if there was a time not very long ago when we had a camera, it was a film camera. Then came digital camera, and now it's a phone camera. People don't even use cameras.
True.
It's all on the phone, and this has happened so fast, so soon. So the way we are doing this session, 1 year ago, there would be people, "Oh, sir, can you come to our campus and speak to our students?" And what is missing is that I'm probably not taking a selfie with the people who are doing. But most the time when I go, the sessions are so big, the numbers are so large. I take one selfie with everyone from stage, and then I share it on my post. Now that I've started thinking, and I'm thinking, why do we not have in sessions like this? Why do we not have a mechanism where I can take a selfie with all of
I mean, this is going to be the new normal, chef, and it's going to happen very quickly. Chef,
it?
I have a very important question. This has come from a journalist, Anshul from Dainik Bhaskar, and he says, Chef, are there any new dishes that you have worked on in the lockdown?
Oh,
New dishes.
yeah. So Danik
Plenty of them.
is very close to my heart. I'm so I say Danik Bhaskar is like a family to me. I know the owners, promoters very well. All three brothers, Sudhir, Pawan, and Girish, are very close. Great publication.
Wow.
New dishes I'm always creating. In fact, we are launching new meal kits. We have new meal kits where you will get everything in that meal kit, and that meal kit would have raw material. It will have vegetables. It will have sauce. It will have garnishes. It will give you a card how to cook. It will also give you that if you have to do it on a video link, all of that, it will come you as a full kit, and it's something that you can cook that. So I've been doing new dishes. I've been creating new kits, new things, and every day I'm doing that. And it need not be very new. It need not be uh, something which is uh, path breaking, because not always something that is remember, most of the things that do well are familiar things. Most of the songs that are there, they have the basic beat: 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4, 1 2, right? So same way, food, it may be one element that's new. So I just we talked about Chavan right? Now, Chavan the Chavan consistency, if you look at, I thought that kids, they don't like this Chavan that much. So I was talking to my daughters. I said, you know what? You people will start eating if I start making chocolate out of it. He said, can you make it?
And it is available. Yeah.
So you can easily. I said yes. It is something there. So you can have chocolates with center filled with Chyawanprash, right? So it is,
Wow.
which is so I had done chocolate. There was very little gajar halwa that was made. It was not enough, but gajar halwa, when you eat, you need to have good quantity, but the quantity was less. And I said, don't worry, we'll make it happen for everyone. So what I did is I made balls, small balls out of gajar halwa. I dried it, made small balls, and I coated them with chocolate. So from outside it looked chocolate, from inside it was gajar halwa. So then it was everyone could eat it. So now you can make chocolate center filled with Chyawanprash.
Wow. Chef, any meal kits for kids?
Meal kit. So we are working on it. We are launching a few which are more restaurant style street food, because that's what people are missing. So we are starting with that. Then we are coming up with basic meal kits, and yes, for kids there are two meal kits for kids in pipeline, but work is going on. We may not launch for another 3 to 4 months.
Now, last but not the least, before we go to the concluding thing, is I remember Mayank Tandon had mentioned about cloud kitchens, and you were getting into cloud kitchens. A little something, because I think cloud kitchens are going to be the thing of the future. So, what are your views in it, and what are your plans to start a cloud kitchen in India?
Right. So naturally, I think cloud kitchens would be something that most people would try their hands on. Uh, I would give it some more time for situation to settle down and see where is it going in terms of because I think a few months ago overall food and beverage service industry had a lot of inefficiencies that were there. There were certain built inefficiencies. Because of that, the industry was not doing too well. I think with this, there would be one correction that would happen. There was some oversupply that was happening. That would get corrected. Some people will get out of this business. And because of that, there would be some correction in the demand side of it. But we have to see how much of, sorry, on the supply side of it. But on demand side, if it goes too soft, then we will have to see. So I would wait for a couple of more months to see which way it is going. I would say that cloud kitchen is efficient, can work, but you have to understand cloud kitchen or dark kitchen, nobody knows you. So you are dependent on somebody to bring you the business. And if that cost of that dependence is as high as the rentals or other things that you are paying, then again it becomes a very inefficient model. So one should wait and see if there are any efficiencies. Let's say, for example, in US there is a talk that is going on that these meal delivery apps, there would be a cap on the percentage that they can charge from the restaurants or dark kitchens, right? Currently, there's no cap here, so they don't they charge a lot, and then there is a marketing money that they ask, and in that it becomes difficult for businesses to make money. But if, let's say, there was a directive from government that you cannot charge more than this, then it will start to become attractive. So I would say that do the prep work, do all of that, but don't go into it in a rush. There will be many other things which will come up. There will be many other opportunities that will come up. Start looking, start talking to people. There are many things. So, for example, do you know the number of meals that government has been supplying? These are low cost meals, but that somebody has to do it. It's not that if you have to do something complicated only then it is business. No. A meal. So somebody I know, a student of mine, he was saying that in Delhi he has got contract of cooking a meal for migrant labor, and he's got contract to do 1 lakh meals every day. Cost is only 18 rupees per meal, but that's 18 lakhs a day, right? So it is, or for example, there are jobs that I'm very closely associated with Akshay Patra. Akshay Patra in last since lockdown has uh, made 4.7 crore, 47 million meals available. Somebody is cooking, and somebody who's cooking is getting paid also. Somebody is packing, they're getting paid also. So start looking at opportunities which are beyond your normal thinking. There are opportunities which are equally good. So I talked about Akshay Patra. There's a specific reason, because our industry does not see that opportunity. Whereas the opportunity is seen by the top companies in the world. So in last so many years, big four in consulting, be it BCG, of that kind, every year there is a queue for their people, their young employees to do internship at Akshay Patra every year from all across the world. And our people, they don't go there. They don't understand what kind of, because Akshay Patra today serves to schools 18 million meals every day. That's huge.
Brilliant.
No hotels, no restaurant, no flight catering can ever think of
Absolutely.
doing.
Absolutely. So, on behalf of Chitkara University, Chef, thank you so much. It's been a very enlightening talk. I wish we had a couple of hours, but well, that's the way it had to be. Now, on behalf of Chitkara University, we wish you all the best. God bless, and take care of yourself. Keep safe. Thank you, Chef.